know. I did not know Henry Matisse. I only recognize the other ones, like the Basquiat's. Yeah. John Baptiste. Yeah.
John Baptiste.
Yeah.
John Michel.
Yeah.
This nigga is crazy.
It was like the Staten Island.
They're all the same from that island.
Nigga said Jean Baptiste. Nigga said, I'm gonna find a Haitian last name.
I'm gonna find a Haitian last name.
I don't care if it kills me.
How do you know I'm Haitian? Your name is Baptiste, John Baptiste.
You're wearing brown leather slippers.
Why are you running?
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
You know, speaking of like the vaccines and the COVID and stuff like that, I feel like it's kind of sometimes wild that like Tokyo still has like their outbreaks and they're still in like kind of lockdown, even though the Olympics is going on.
Right.
No, there's no fans and shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's no fans, but still, it's kind of wild having like the Olympics in an area that's still kind of under lockdown, even though they're taking all the precautions.
Well, they wasn't gonna. Well, they already canceled it once. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
say they already canceled it once, but now I guess the show must go on. But the show is not going on for a one Simone Biles. She is ending the show early on her own accord, citing mental health
Not
reasons.
fully though. We don't know. She might come back.
She
next
might
week.
come back,
We'll find out.
but as of right now,
Yes, as of right now.
she out here taking a break. Totally fine. I
Exactly.
mean, and anybody else that has anything bad to say about it, I guarantee you.
I'm not racist, but
All right, I guarantee you,
I'm not sexist,
she's
but-
better at what she does than you will ever be at the best thing
anything.
that you can do. I promise you. She at her worst in what she does best is better than what you do at your best.
she literally did the first round, fucked up, very uncharacteristic mistakes by Simone Biles, and was still in first place.
Yep.
Like,
She's that much better than everybody.
did you see they did a side by side where it was like one of her like 4 moves she did in the floor routine, and then some white girl tried to do it and just landed on her foot, like on her chest.
Ooh.
Like just, it was kind of hilarious. I'm not gonna hold you,
It's very.
but yeah.
crazy.
Now I was gonna say like there was this one I guess either former gymnast or something like that that said she did a move where she messed up halfway through like while she was in midair and corrected it like and only like maybe like 2 or 3 other people in the world could actually do that. Like she knew she messed up halfway through in midair doing a flip and somehow was able to correct her body.
True.
To land so she doesn't fuck up her leg.
See, so that's the thing though. It's like I definitely understand the whole mental health aspect of it, and I definitely understand like where everybody's coming from on it. But like I brought this up to the guys before. It's like, and y'all could definitely chime in here, is that I feel like it potentially is a double standard between men and women in terms of how our mental health is treated. And I've definitely brought up mental health a lot on this podcast. So if I end up getting negative reviews from anybody, like shut the fuck up and actually watch us. You know what I'm saying? So like I do think that if a male athlete like a LeBron James, a Kobe, a Michael Jordan, anybody like that went through, whatever, mental health problems. Imagine if Kobe was like, you know what, I'm just not going to play in this elimination game because my mental health is not right. How would that go over with people?
I think it goes to the standpoint of how do they view that person before? What's their opinion of them before? Because, all right, so, I had this conversation with a group of people, like a few days ago, right? So it was the kind of the similar thing with, all right, so, Kyrie, right? And his, talking about mental health and things like that, how that was presented. Everybody kind of, most of the media kind of hated it, right?
Yep.
Although 2 or 3 years ago, right, you had Kevin Love and DeMar DeRozan speak out. And Kevin Love, not a problematic, person in the media. DeMar DeRozan, also not a problematic person in the media.
Right.
People generally like them, right? So them talking about mental health was perceived a little bit better because they are generally liked. Whereas when somebody is not liked, maybe the message kind of gets skewed. It's almost like you're focusing more on the messenger, not what the message is. So to your point, I do think that there definitely is a difference between how we view women's and men's mental health. And I think that if there was, you're always going to have the people that just don't give a shit about mental health. And I think there's also elements
And
of
the hyper masculinity, toxic masculinity going into that as
and
well.
there's also the element of race involved too. So if you said if LeBron, right, was in the finals, it's Game 7, I just can't do it, like mental health, right? There will be those people that will attack LeBron because, oh, LeBron is weak. Oh, look at this. He can't do this. He can't do that. Same with like Kobe.
And that's going to be a large amount of people. Like, I don't want to like diminish the amount of people that like literally we would I won't say we, but for like people would say that he's mentally not strong, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to compare it to anything because it's like everybody's situation is different. But it's just like if I could go back in time, right? And John's probably going to insert a joke at some point in here. Like when Jordan's father died and this man went to go play in the finals. Yes, John is really fighting not to say what he wants to say right now.
Oh, well,
but,
I want to know what the joke is.
No, it's
it's bad. Patreon level is a joke.
It's Patreon. Yeah.
They did a whole section on Last Dance about this.
Well, yeah, like I'm saying, like his pops literally got killed, and then he went and played the finals. Like I would have wondered what that conversation between Michael Jordan and Simone Biles would have been like. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
I'm saying like in terms of.
I don't like how that sounds coming out of you right now.
Well, all right. So this is what I mean by that, right?
Conversation of how do you deal?
How do you deal with it? Like
You can't compare the two.
no, but listen.
Are you saying how do you deal with the issue or the backlash?
How do you deal? Like if Simone Biles was like just telling Michael Jordan like, hey, like just don't play, like just take time off. Like what would Michael Jordan's reaction have been to that? Like what do you think? Like what do you think he would have
like
said?
The comparison because
Depends
like,
on
I think
how-
it
like,
goes
'cause-
back into JT and it's kind of the idea you have of the person before because I feel like we all know Jordan pretty well. You
Like
know,
he's a competitor. He loved the game of basketball.
Also-
But
Like,
wait,
yeah,
but
it's also insane.
you don't think that Simone Biles loves gymnastics?
No. That's not what I'm saying. What
Well,
I'm saying is personality types are completely different. First of all,
Jordan might love
well,
basketball
clearly.
more than Simone loves. Even though Simone could love it to like the nth degree, we all knew Jordan was a different type of animal. Like
I just think Jordan's crazy.
I think
That's the one thing.
But
I think with Simone also like the reason why I say it's different situations is because your dad dying whether he killed him or not.
I fucking hate John so much.
Simone Biles, they're like you got to think one again. Simone Biles has nothing left to prove because she's like has everything.
She's like,
I
one of them
ain't have
greatest.
nothing left to prove by that point either.
The second thing is the whole thing is she's the last Larry Nassar abuse survivor, and they're like that really could be it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously we're not going to know until when or if she says anything about it, which she doesn't need to. But that goes into a lot into it as well.
Yeah.
And then for her, like we're saying, to have uncharacteristic mistakes in the first world stage that he's not there and not a part of it, right? Well, not world stage, Olympic stage. There's like it's a lot of things that can go into it. I would say it would be more so if fucking Jordan watched his dad die courtside, and then the next game they were like, "You don't want to play." He's like, "Yeah, I don't want to play."
Yeah.
like that. That's why I'm saying it's different.
I guess. I don't
compared,
know.
Like different
To me,
situations.
bro, it's just like I don't know. Like I get it. Like if your mental health is not valid, like you have to take care of yourself first. You have to take care of yourself first. And it's like I respect the fact that she was able to just step out and just, talk to her teammates, let them know like, hey, like I'm not feeling right. Like I can't do this right now. Okay, cool. They still won the silver medal. That's very admirable. But at the same time, it's like, I'm the type of person where I'm gonna do whatever I need to do for my team. Like your team is one thing, the team sport is different because gymnastics is also an individual competition to an extent. It's like I don't have a problem with what she did. I just wish that she didn't do it when she did it. I wish I don't know,
Not gonna hold you. This ain't it. This is not the take for you right now,
bro. But it's just how I. But it's not how I feel. It's how I feel.
Are you saying that you'd rather her if she was going to take off, like just not go to the Olympics in general, or
Just withdraw in earlier. Like what is it?
I'm saying like if it was me, I'm just saying and we're completely different people. If it was me, I would have just did the team competition. I would have just stepped out of the individual competition. That's how I feel.
But that's the thing. We don't know what the extent to how she was feeling was.
I don't, and that's what. But I'm saying if it were me, that's what I'm trying to explain. If it was me, I can't leave my team like that. I can't. Literally, we're about to be done with the competition. Once again, I don't know how Simone was feeling, but if it was me, I couldn't have done that, yo. Like I didn't.
You're entitled to feel how you feel.
yeah, I mean, it just speaks to the. But I
Yeah,
think
but
that
that
just more
goes
so
into
speaks to the
different
the
people.
type of competitor
Yeah,
you are.
different
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, that's that's.
If I can weigh in, really
Oh,
quick.
please do,
I
Matt.
feel like this is the growing pains of a changing culture, right? Like
Yeah.
there was never like before like her and like before Naomi Osaka like did what she did. Like there was never a right time to leave,
To take your mental health.
take your mental health seriously. Like there was never a right. Like there's no examples. There's no precedent. There's no. There's nothing. There's only you're a competitor, and and
But at
Regardless
the
to
same
compete.
time,
Right.
if Jordan didn't play after his dad died, would anyone blame him?
No, I don't think so.
And that's what I think goes into it.
And I
It's
think
if Isaiah Thomas didn't play right after his sister died, would anyone blame him?
But this is also, and this is kind of like the paradigm that like Matt is basically saying. This is like we don't have a precedent for it. We don't have anybody that's been like, you know what, my mental health is fucked up. I can't do this.
Yeah, not
You know
to
what I'm
this
saying?
Because that's the thing. Like
Not to-
that's
yeah.
what they're trying to say is that their mental health is bigger than the game. It doesn't matter how high level you're
Of course.
playing, or like how big the championship is, or like whether this is like the biggest stage in the world for your sport. What they're trying to say is that nothing is more important than your mental health. Not even the biggest game that you might ever play in your life.
Right,
And
but-
like that's the part that's difficult for people to break apart with, because we've been conditioned to believe that that's not true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
That the biggest moment
And
of
I-
your life is the biggest moment of your life, regardless of
Right,
whatever else is.
exactly.
And that's what
Like
I'm
she's
saying.
20. What I don't even know.
24?
24 years
24,
old. Like,
yeah.
come on. I was just reading a story before this about the gymnast from like the 80s or whatever that, she.
Yeah, I
she
saw this
did
on
her-
Facebook.
You saw
too.
that thing?
I
Yeah.
saw this on
Like
Facebook, yeah.
that injury at 18 years old put her. That was career ending pretty much.
But that was
At
different
18.
though, because they was forcing her to play to compete with the injury that she had. Like she literally had an injury. They were forcing her to compete. Like
Well,
that's
yeah,
just,
but it's the same driving forces of the culture, like trying, convincing athletes that their bodies are expendable and like they're for entertainment and like you
Yeah.
need to push through it. Like that's the kind of thing that.
Because if she didn't finish that,
Yeah,
we
like,
don't know
imagine if
would've
she
been to
felt
3 more
comfortable.
Olympics. Yeah, we don't know if she'd went to 3 more. Olympics.
Imagine if the culture
Yeah,
then was
of
like it is
course.
today, where she felt comfortable saying, "I will not, I cannot."
of course,
perform.
I don't know. I get it in a form of the sport. Like I definitely agree that your mental health, how you're feeling, like your mentality is way more important than any sport that you play. But it's different when other people are involved with it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have a team, like this is my point, is that when you're on a team, it's like your team is relying on you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it. Her team was very understanding. They was very great about it. There's very much so, like, but if they wanted to take a mental health day, you know what I'm saying, like, it's letting the team down to a degree. And I feel like that's not the truth. Like, I think that's the truth, bro.
Doesn't that go into being a part of a team though? Supporting
teammates. And
It's like it's
You-
kind of like a two-way street,
but
though,
you
right?
but you have to though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You like as them, like their only job is to support her in her time when she's not feeling right.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me that not one of them in the back of their head is just like, damn, like now.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I feel like on like
In
a
the grand
on a
scheme
more
of the,
macro
yeah, I
level-
think the initial reaction would be like,
Yeah.
damn, like right now. But then when you step back and like, okay, you kind of get it,
And this is also because like
plus, you don't know if she continued right and wasn't doing her best, then she hurts their score, right?
it's possible.
I
That's
think
my
that's why
thing.
she pulled out, because she
Yeah.
was saying like, I'm performing like shit right
Kinda-
now. I'm not really helping.
That's kind of like Harden with the Nets this past season. It's like this nigga had one hamstring. It's like, goddamn, like
But this is you're comparing the difference is y'all are comparing
Physical injury
physical
versus mental
injuries. Like I'm
injury.
talking about physical limitations versus between here like limitations.
I
that
would
I'm-
rather play hurt than with my head fucked up.
I mean, listen. Once again, it's
to what you're saying, like I think, like I said, like this is the consequence of a changing culture, and I think
Yeah.
in the future, if she had been in an environment where she felt like it was actually okay before even getting to the Olympics, or even before like starting this event, that she could have went to her team and said like, hey, like can't do this event today, like let's make a plan to set you guys up for success instead of bowing out in the middle of the vault.
Yeah.
Like if the culture had already been set up for her to do that, she probably would have done that and not made that decision in the middle of the vault. But like she.
That's a really good point.
When the whole media and the whole world is looking at you to be that competitor that like puts everything over
Yeah.
yourself, like you're gonna push yourself until a breaking point, until
what
you
she said.
literally can't do it.
That's what
anymore.
she said. She said the weight of the world is on her shoulder. That
Yeah.
shit is heavy.
Like,
honestly.
if she didn't feel like she had to do that, she probably would have been able to bow out before that vault even happened and make a plan with her team, like be the teammate
Yeah.
and the leader that she is. In a
I
way
mean,
that
she stayed after.
Well, yeah, exactly, and
Yeah.
there's that. But like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that's really how I feel about it. Like
I
it's
mean,
just
yeah.
the culture's not set up for that.
It's not.
to work.
And it's also, and once again, I'm thinking of it from the double standard perspective and not necessarily from her specifically. You know what I'm saying? Because all I know is that niggas can't do that, bro. Like men, like we as men, we can't do that. Not only like I'm not saying that she bowed out, but like saying that all right, like I'm gonna take a step back. Like I can't perform right now.
Are you saying you're not allowed
we can't
to do that without criticism?
We can't prioritize our mental health before we do our teammates or our game, because we will get shunned for it, especially as a black person. Yeah. Kyrie Irving is a perfect example of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like,
but then it comes down to if you're gonna do it regardless.
What I say as men, like your mental, like niggas don't give a shit about.
We are black men.
Niggas don't give a shit about men's mental health in general, especially black men's mental health.
Of course, and that's what I'm saying.
You really I honestly don't know when it will happen at some point.
Hopefully,
but it's just it's hard to imagine a guy doing what Simone Biles did, at least. Now,
I think the reaction would be different and worse for a guy, but I also am glad that the reaction has been what it has been for Simone.
It's been, and she's received a lot of support as she deserves, though.
Except for like
respectfully,
the same racist dudes who be out here. But
they're just mad just to be mad, bro. They're just like, oh, you're not performing. Like mental health is serious, bro. Like y'all gotta.
And also, I feel like what's also like something that I don't know if it was a factor or not, but I don't know if you guys saw that. I don't know if it was the Olympic Committee or like the National Committee, but they were saying like Simone Biles does tricks that are so complicated that they won't score her accurately because it's not fair to the other competitors. And I'm like, so if I'm thinking like, damn, like I can't even perform my best because I know niggas not even gonna score me accurately. That's gotta definitely be a shot.
The same thing with,
to my mental.
The girl that I was talking about who tried to do her move and busted her ass, and they were like, she basically with that, it's her moves are so difficult that she's the only one who could do them. And because she's the only one that can do them, they score it lower because the other girls can't.
Yeah. Which is wild. So you already know you're going in. You already know you're going into the competition with that hand behind your back.
She's a black woman.
Oh, the black one that tries to do the back.
No, that could do the backflip.
The backflip, yep.
And they were like, it's so dangerous, even men don't do it. But she could do it, and her scores kept getting hurt because they're trying to discourage other people from trying.
Like, it's my fault, I'm great?
Yeah, instead of being like, if you work really hard, you might be able to do something like this. They're like, nah, don't even try. You're going to hurt yourself, so we're going to hurt the person who could do it.
That was like when Stern saw AI hit that first crossover. It's like,
hold on a second now. Nigga was like, let me get my back.
Hold on a second now. What did he just do?
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
But say, what do you call it? Back in the day when they outlawed the dunk for like years because the white guys couldn't reach the rim.
Right.
Like, no, you can't dunk. Why not? Well, because they can't. So
what that got to do with me?
You know.
Yeah.
You going into competition with hand behind your back, you already know like you're not getting a fair shake. Yeah. That gotta hurt too.
It's a very complex conversation.
Slippery slope.
And I'm happy that we're able to like sit here and discuss it. I wish we really had a woman here so we could really like dig deep. But this is something we could always double back on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I doubt this conversation doesn't end here.
Definitely doesn't.
We'll get guests in here again.
All right. Based on time wise, I think we should get an ABC though.
Well, I mean, that was basically it. There was nothing else in sports.
Yeah, those were the three things that we wanted to talk about.
I was cutting off this conversation.
Yeah,
Good job, JT, transitioning all three topics.
Justin, this is what you do, bro.
If you got to contribute somehow, right?
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna applaud a fish for swimming. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I'm not
the
gonna.
bar may be the floor, but not here.
So basically, what you're telling me is I'm USA men's basketball, and that I should be winning by 40 points every single night. I get it. I understand the responsibilities.
I feel like that's a little bit of a drastic example.
Yeah.
I understand the responsibilities I have. Or I'm like the Yankees. I should be making the playoffs every year.
I
get it.
You're like an alcoholic. You're supposed to drink. You know.
Wait, no.
You're like a pothead. You're supposed to smoke.
Well, I feel like we're trying to discourage them from doing that, though.
You're a weightlifter. You're supposed to squat. There it is. I can keep it going, but I think we have other things to do.
You're a role player.
I'm a hoe.
You're supposed to be a role player.
I'm a hoe. I'm supposed to suck dick. Like, is that what you're going at next?
Yes.
All right.
Smells like bitch in here.
Yes. I really do enjoy that.
I'm just upset because I didn't get a chance to use it because there was nothing to use it for.
Yeah, man. Well, no.
Actually, wait. I might.
You could have used it during that conversation and then been ostracized from
honestly, I thought Mouse was going to use it.
It came back like JT is no longer with us. Oh, man.
I put in my 2 weeks like literally 2 episodes ago, so that's why I'm not on episode 101.
Officially canceled.
Now, you putting in a 2 weeks for a podcast would be hilarious. Oh, my God.
Like how they did on the, what do you call it, the Joe Budden one? When it was like, when he had that whole spat with, was it Maul and Was it Rory?
Yeah, and
Are there
Rory.
other people on there? I don't even know what the whole problem was.
I don't think
there,
John
but
watches the Joe Budden podcast.
I
Shout out to Alex.
don't watch it either, but I just remember that was all over Twitter
out
once.
to
But
Alex.
That's it for us, man. Thank you guys for 100 episodes.
you're welcome.
God.
What did they do? We did all the work. Well, I mean, you guys did all the work. I just was here. Honestly, at this point, I'm basically one of the fans. With that much work I do.
You're supposed to thank your fans, JT.
Yeah.
They're
So,
listening.
Yeah, well, like you said, we're shifting cultures and stuff like that. Well, here we go. You're welcome.
well, if Justin wouldn't shut the hell up, I think we have some drinking, some celebrating, and some important things to get to.
yes, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Sartobi Sports. Go like the Facebook page. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter at Offended Narwhal. And guys,
Black Lives Matter. Let's drink.
you.
100 episodes later, and he's still on that. Wow. Yeah, so you can follow me on the Twitters, J_Thomas_24. I see you pushing the button, so I'm going to get through it right now. Neiman told your people too. Everybody have a good night.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion.